Alright, we're back to business. I ran out of storage space, so I had to delete some stuff. Anyway, here we are. Here's the other layer. What I did was line that drip tray with some foil just to, make less cleanup. And it also acted kind of as a reflector to help reflect, as a divider, basically, to help divide that half from that half. So now I'm going to take this off and give you a look. Alright, I ripped that foil off of there. So now I'm going to dump out this liquid so you can get a better view of what's going on here. Alright, here you go. That's the old drip tray. That's where it was, sitting right there. Alright, you see? I have that bottom grill thing that would be right over that ash collection thing. I got that covered up with foil. Not all the way though, you'll see. Let me get this here supporting chunk of brick out of the way. And as you see, this divider looks a little funny, doesn't it? Well, the T, he didn't have no fancy schmancy little grate, or I couldn't find a piece of metal or anything like that. But, I wanted to separate this fuel chamber from the cooking chamber. I looked around and I came up with an idea. Right here, let me show you what we got cooking right now. Wait till you see what this is, baby. I went and looked around the yard, and by golly, the good Lord, He provided me with what I needed. It's that ingenuity. Like I said, and knowing the proper technique. If you know the technique, you can make anything work, man. If you know what you're trying to do and how to go about doing it, man, the basic science and mechanics behind it, you make it happen. So I just found some chunks of cement that I had around the old tree, and I found some pieces I thought I could piece together within the grill there, the proper shape and size, to make my little barrier. I wrapped them with foil so they would serve their purpose, and so I didn't have some old rocks in there. Not that it would hurt anything, but it wouldn't look as pretty. You know what I'm saying? Plus, like I said, it served a purpose. Anyway, you guys can hear. Those are little chunks of cement too. I'm using up my film, or shall I say data, showing you that these are chunks of cement, but that's what they are. Alright? Back to business. So, as you see, voila, it's coming alive. You see the part where the cooking chamber is covered with foil. But you're starting to see right here where the charcoal was, or ashes are now, it's not covered. And right here at the dividing line, that's where my little divider was. So this area was totally different than this area. So now, during the cook, there was no cold, oxygen-rich air coming up under the meat, and the heat and stuff wasn't going down, you know what I mean? What was happening is the oxygen-rich, cool air was coming up underneath them coals, feeding that fire, you know what I mean? Feeding the flames, keeping those coals burning nice. That draft, it was sucking it right through. So it was keeping that heat nice and steady throughout the whole cook. The heat and smoke were rising, coming up around in here, in this area, reflecting the heat back up on the meat, which was up on the grate. And you had that little drip tray in there full of liquid water, helping to keep it a little bit humid in there, a little moist. So you had the moist air helping keep the meat moist or whatever. You had the smoke flavoring the meat. It was, it makes it really good. It cooks, it keeps a more stable temperature on the meat. And also it keeps the meat from being directly affected from the heat and the flames. You're not going to have like hot spots, right up under your meat and burning certain parts of your meat. You have the heat, but it's not directly on there. Here's a better view of what I'm explain it here. Anyway, it worked out pretty good. You guys got the basic mechanics of how to, you know, make your basic little kettle grill work pretty good for a barbecue cooker. I mean, as far as what apparatus I'm using, you know, I may employ a little bit of a different technique. Sometimes I use that water and have it, you know, sitting on top of my heat shield, which serves the same purpose of keeping that meat right off the dang flame, but you still get that smoke and flavor and stuff. But anyway, that boiling water will kind of keep the temperature kind of stable inside the cooker, you know, to kind of stabilize that temperature once you get that water hot enough. Anyway, that's a whole different story. I hope this helps you guys. If so, cool. If not, hey, thanks for watching anyway. You guys have a good evening. Remember, I love you.